हेलो किरण जी, कैसे हैं?
बस ठीक हो आप कैसे हो फर्स्ट क्लास God is so kind everything is here and we are nice and we're good everything is so good
Thank you
and
so much for
आपको
doing.
देखकर all even more pleasant to see you because you got so much positive vibe always so you make
Thank
people
you,
other people positive as well thank you
thank you, thank you. आप you're a big personality, big everybody, especially in the West. They consider you a pioneer. जहाँ जहाँ जो
नहीं
भी
नहीं
आपको जानते हैं, you're a guru. And मेरा आपके साथ connection is all about the metaphysical aspects, the books as well. So it's very very special. I'm truly honored you're here. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. Likewise, even I'm when I read your just profile on your Facebook, well, I'm gobsmacked. I'm like, wow, this lady is doing so much thing, and this were all my subject of interest. But somehow, I drifted towards more my music and technology and stuff. But this is always there. I grew up with this thing, and
Mm.
I'm very much interested. And so, thank you that it has brought me again in this subject and area. I started reading and all these things, but all these things. So thank you for
No,
coming in my life.
thank you so much. So, Kiranji, today, before we start, it's a very important topic which is very close to my heart. I don't really understand how sounds work in universe, so it's beautiful what we're discussing. But before we start, please tell us a bit about yourself. People already know you, but we want to know through you.
Okay, I mean, I have a huge life and huge experience and a lot of things, but don't want to go too much into my music side, I would say. But let me tell you that basically music came from my mom. My mom was a classical musician, and always music was there in my house. And I used to copy everything what she used to teach students, and I started playing harmonium. So that's how music came in my life. And I brought up with big blessing of our folk singer Kanu Barwat is a very big Gujarati folk singer. So he's all Sufi singing and stuff, and he was the first artist who BBC actually aired his folk songs and stuff. So my upbringing was with the folk music, Sufi music, and the spiritual music and sort of thing. And then I learned tabla, violin, everything, and then I did music, a lot of music. But my spirituality was always my very much interested in how to link the music and stuff. So, and then I came in this country. I did a lot of work in India. I worked here, Canada, everywhere. There's a lot of things I've done, so we don't have time that much to say. But music is my passion. Music is my love. Music is my life. Music is my oxygen. And same thing, spirituality. And music and spirituality is the same thing.
Bilkul.
So is it the same thing? And I'm student always. I'm learning, exploring the subject, all the time. And that's my interest. I'm not interested in the destination. I'm loving my journey. Then as a student, what I'm doing, the journey, that's a beautiful thing.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you, Kiranji. It's truly a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have you. So please tell us what actually is chanting. Please tell us what chanting is.
Okay, I will go slightly back for the reference. Listen, I would like to go since Big Bang. Okay, so what I feel about this subject, and this is what I've understood, that, there was a very singular point, and from that point, the Big Bang happened, and all the consciousness and the energy is all spread all over this universe. This is all manifest of energy. You know everything. I shouldn't say that. And this all manifest of planets, human beings, trees, stars, everything is created by that single energy, and is all transformation is there. And from that transformation, various planets has been created, and from planets, the human life has been created. And as per my understanding and plus my reading and plus my knowledge, I'm not sure, but still, this is what I'm believing, that some race has been created in another planet, and that race has created the what we are. You know, so we are connected with this race, different humans. Now, we as our body, we have two parts of the body. We have the physical body like hands, eyes, this all these things. Yeah, and other thing is our internal being, like उसको हम बोलते हैं मन, बुद्धि, चित and अहंकार, mind, intellect, attention and ego. So when in spirituality it says that when your mind, intelligence, ego and man, buddhi, chitta, ahankara and attention, everything becomes zero,
Yeah.
That's where your spirituality starts. That's the beginning criteria, beginning requirement, beginning eligibility for the spirituality. And when spirituality happens, means you are connecting to your own conscience. What is your conscience? Is that your consciousness is connected to the whole universal consciousness.
That's it.
Is when the singular point, the Big Bang point. So to connect that consciousness to the energy, I believe there is a special thought of the God or something happening. Since Big Bang, he has decided that planets should be created, human beings should be created, human beings should create the iPad, computer, everything. It is all manifest of energy. Some are mental powers, and even in the Rigveda Veda is written that in the beginning of the universe, there was nothing but dark ether. It was all created because of desire.
Which we agree with in metaphysics. We know this.
Yeah.
This is
So,
quantum
so,
physics
so
told us this is true.
so it's all created because of desire. So when we connect with the universe, you are connecting with the super consciousness, the universal consciousness. And when now I'm coming to chanting because I wanted to give this reference. When we do chanting, what happens? Not chanting even. If we do say, keep writing one thing, like say we write Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, you can write any God name, but you just do keep repeating one thing. So when you keep doing, be chanting, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, what happens? Your mind becomes steady. Your buddhi, your intellect, it doesn't think about logic, oh, this is right, this is wrong, it stops. Your chit, your attention doesn't go anywhere. Your attention becomes stays. And your ego. I say ego in a very, 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 very micro level. I'm playing any piece and if oh, this will not sound nice. This is good. When you analyze, this is good or this is bad within yourself, not no other people.
Yeah.
Still is ego. Still is ego. You are not natural, your own being. You are still thinking. Your brain is interfering your own feeling. So that's ego. That all becomes zero. When all that becomes zero, you are becoming spiritual,
Connected.
and that spirituality that connect to the super consciousness, or even I'm studying the UFOs and aliens and all this thing, and even our religious book says that when, and you do nine and stuff, that when you become zero, that's where you start linking, communicating with that super
Higher
beings.
intelligence. Absolutely, Kiranji.
Super beings. So this chanting helps becoming steady. Man buddhi chit ahankar becomes zero, and you connect with the super consciousness and being. Also, we are chanting. We are doing the chanting on the internet. The reason in our culture it says, and when person I just lost my partner's mother, and so we were doing the chanting behind her. So why we do chanting? Because in our culture it says that when person dies, you should do the prayers, and the chanting helps the soul to go to its next journey. If you know about the bardo in the Tibetan culture, bardo, have you heard of the bardo?
I've heard.
Bardo is Buddhist culture. Bardo, it's an art of dying. The is very interesting. People say a lot about art of living, how to live. But this is the whole writing and scripture is the art of dying, how to die. Because if you die correctly, then what is happening next, it really helps with that process. So in the art of dying, it clearly says that how you should die before the like 3 hours before, 6 hours before, and after the hours. So that's where they have clearly explained that if you do chanting, if you do this thing, the soul also when person dies, I have read a lot of about near death experiences and stuff, and near death experiences, many near death experiences clearly says that the soul goes through a tunnel, and this end of the tunnel there is a light. Yeah, and that's where your next destination is. But before the tunnel, if your soul stuck before the tunnel into your body or in the physical world, then you become ghost or any other thing stuff like that. So it's very important that at that moment when person dies is go towards the tunnel, and to help to a soul to go towards the tunnel and to pass the tunnel, chanting helps. So chanting is that important as well. So this is, I would say, this is background. So chanting makes man buddhi chitta zero, it get connected to the
Beautifully explained. It's So as you were talking, Kiranji, I had goosebumps, and that's when energy moves
Thank you.
because you've got so much energy behind your words. It's connecting to me.
Thank you.
Acha, tell me, Kiranji, it is known that, each tradition contains its own sacred sounds, which act as seeds and keys to unlock the mind. For example, in Sanskrit, for example, it's said that language is not meant for communication, but it's rather than a transmitter of energy. That's what is the basic concept is that. And Guru Prem Singh Khalsa ji, they said that a mantra is a projection of the of the mind. So man as in is equal to mind, and trang as in wave, as in projection. And that's where I read somewhere, to divinity. What you said is mantra is connection to divinity. And in Kundalini traditions as well, bija is considered a command of is considered a command language in which sound moves energy. So I know you've already spoken about this, but do you think every sound is able to move energy, no matter what sound it is? Do you think there's an energy behind every sound?
Yes, definitely. Because first of all, sound, how sound created. Sound created from the Nad Brahm. It's the beginning of the universe. The Om, the first sound has been created. It's every energy. Okay, let's say in the defined language, every energy has got vibration. And when there's a vibration, there's a frequency, and the frequency is that's the sound. And there is also conspiracy going on between the 439 frequency. The musician knows this thing, and 439 frequency and 440 frequency. You might know about 439 frequency.
Yeah.
So 439 is a frequency where we are the most comfortable to our body. So sound, yeah. Let me give how I can prove that the sound really works. Which is the best type of music in the world? If I ask you this question, which is the best music in the world? Can you answer me? Which is the best music? Any music, if you listen, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan or Michael Jackson or Lata Mangeshkar, anyone, at one point you start feeling fatigue. Oh, now it's much. Now let's close the tap or let's close the tap. Only one music you will keep playing, two music. One is, seashore. If you go to the seaside, the noise of pani, seashore, pani, you will keep listening to that music. Yeah. Why? Question mark. Another, if you go to into jungle or forest, rainforest, the chirping of birds.
Yeah, chirping of birds.
You will keep listening the music, but you never get tired of that. You can listen whole day and night. So this is my theory. The sea, the seashore, yeah, is in a technical language is a pink noise. Pink noise means it has got 20 to 20 kilohertz frequencies. All the frequencies is there. Another thing, I had actually, sorry, I'm going different diets and
no, you're doing amazing.
I'm enjoying the process.
Yeah.
So I had one BBC documentary came to do the music, and there what is that Galapagos Island, Galapagos Island.
Yeah.
So it's all birds and nature and everything, all about that, So I thought, what type of music I should compose for this, because you need to feel tranquility. Yeah. Because every visual has got emotion. Like say, if the boyfriend and girlfriend meeting, I should create something emotional, romantic music background to enhance the visual. Whatever the scene, if someone is dying, I should feel that sort of music. If someone's fighting, I should create the anger thing. Now, the visual on the screen was the birds and seashore and everything. What sort of music I should create? It should create the tranquility, Which is the best tranquility? Then I thought about this seashore and birds chirping. Then I realized why. I always question everything in the why. Why seashore is why is appealing? Why I can't tired of that? Because in seashore, human hasn't created. So the Saragama Padanisa, all music in the world is created under the Saragama Padanisa. Yes. Yeah, all Saragama Padanisa. So that scale is made by human race. It's not came from the nature. Human has made it.
Yeah.
So anything human made, man-made, people get tired of that. People finally like nature. People get nice. So in seashore, there is no Saragama Padanisa. In bird chirping, there is no Saragama Padanisa. But it's not that particular frequency. It's 440 means A and all this thing. It's free. It's free. It's a random. There is no scaling system. Nothing. It's just random. Everything. Whole world is random. Everything is random. Even gravitational force is 9.8. It's fixed. It's changing. Everything. Only constant is the speed of light. So we like that randomness. Human errors, we like that. So I created music, I created a piece of music where you don't find the sa. You can't see that there is any sa or in there impact piece. I removed the sa. The feel of sa, removed it. Then I felt it's working with the visual. So coming to the point, that sound, this is proof. The sound is affecting us. Second, we have seven chakras. You
That's
know about that. Kundalini, there's Muladhara chakra and all this chakra.
yeah.
Every chakra has got that particular frequency,
That's it.
and it excites and it dies on particular frequencies. So that's where, like, our which chakra name,
Final
this
brand,
chakra,
third eye.
Final chakra. That excites with the om.
Oh,
This the sound is om. Every chakra has got their own sound. Am, tam,
that's it.
sounds. Yeah. So this is the sound. It's really working, and that enhance. If it's a disturbed, if is your this gland is disturbed, the sound can make it happen, and the sound is making. That's why om is there and all the frequencies. So coming to the point that the frequency and sound does make a difference, and that's why even Vedas.
Hmm.
Or that's another subject. We will go into different subject. I asked you about the fingerprints of gods, and so
Yeah.
Vedas and all these things came from 12,000 years back, and that when this our new human race came out, it
Mhm.
all was just getting only read. It wasn't written that. It was read for many कितने सालों तक वो just गाया गया था. They were just singing that thing, and then
That's
it was written.
yeah.
So and they kept memorized with the particular melody and sound.
Mm.
Yeah, and they were singing like that. So that tradition came even in the Samved or the sound is all there. Every prayer has got a sound, and because of the sound and frequency and the melody, that really affects our mind, our even astral body. What we say,
That's it.
it really affects not physical body, but our astral body affected by the sound. Definitely, and everywhere they say that it affects.
Yeah, and Kiran,
Sorry,
I
it's a
was
very
speaking
long
to
answer.
no, it's beautiful. I was actually speaking to a friend of mine, and he was saying, Sam, K, we've come to a stage where I don't know if physically will develop anymore. So it has to be a spiritual development, that astral development. It has to be that what we can't touch and see. That's where we're going. So you're absolutely right with sounds, chanting. It's another spectrum, isn't it? Which is another way of doing it, and there's lots of way of doing it, but this is a very very powerful way of doing it. So no, thank you so much. Tell me this, Kiranji. Essentially when we're referring to a sound or a word or a group of words, we know now that they have spiritual and psychological powers. We understand that now, and usually when they're repeated, like you said, like in Hinduism you've got Om Namah Shivaya, we've got in Kundalini we've got Satnama, so like that. Why, where are these sounds coming from? If we look in the history, if we look in the origin, I don't fully understand, were they created, were they not created, were they always there, where are they coming from? What do you know about the origin of some of these mantras that we know of?
Okay, so that's I can tell our Om Namah Shivaya and all the mantras and everything is came from mostly Vedas and Upanishads. Yeah. So Upanishads are the product of Vedas. And Vedas, as I said, is that I believe that before 12,000 years, every 12,000 years, this ice age comes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
This is my way of thinking and understanding of this. And every 12,000, this planet wiped out completely.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a very interesting story, but I believe this 100% now. I'm convinced that. I mean,
And
every 12,000.
I'm sorry I'm cutting you there, but I study obviously anthroposophy, and Rudolf Steiner has said this, that last time when Atlantis perished, it went to what we call the holy rishis. That's where the knowledge went, and so I totally understand what you're saying. From some of the teachers I study, like there's a firm belief that that's where it's coming from. Sorry, please carry on, Kiranji.
Yeah, yeah. So it was exactly the same. Basically, my point is that in Atlantis, if you study Egypt mythology, if you study Mayan culture, if
That's
you
it.
study Mayan, every in Indian Bhagavata, they all says that there was before 12,000 ice age came, and this big Kastorov came, and the whole planet was finished. But they were so intelligent. They were so intelligent. All this race, they knew that they're going to wipe out.
Yes.
So, yeah. So what they did, that they sent their most intelligent people into the sea, into the sea. And once the Kastorov finished and planet settled, they came from the sea. In our Bhagavad says it's from the sea. Even in the Inca culture, they got the god Viropocha. They said that god came from the sea, from the sea.
It's like the
So every culture
Noah's
says,
Ark, the symbology of the Noah's Ark as well, Kiranji, isn't it? Along the same lines.
yeah. So they say that they all came from the sea, and they gave us the knowledge to this new era of this our human race, and that was the Vedas. So Vedas was there. I think they say 20 to 30 or some few people was in boat when the castor was happening on the planet. Once the planet settled, they came from the sea and they started teaching everyone. And that teachings is the Vedas, but it wasn't written until 400, 500 or some thousand years. And it was just they were chanting all this knowledge, and then it was written as the Vedas. So it's all story behind before 7,000 8,000 years back, I would say. So that's where Vedas came. So this is how this chanting comes from chanting from the previous people of the planet who actually died, everyone. I mean, finished the planet was completely cast off and everything done. But the few people who remain living in that taught the new generation, and that new generation carry forward as a chanting. And after it was written, and in that written Vedas, Upanishad came, and from Upanishad, this Om Namah Shiva and all these sloks and all these things.
And so, Kiranji, I think of it in another way. I think that obviously we're energy, we never die. So just thought forms never die, emotions never die, they're energy as well. I think when we're saying these mantras, when I'm saying Om Namah Shivaya, I'm connecting to that collective as well. I think it's a living and breathing space. What would you say about this? Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. 100%. Yes. I agree with that. We are connecting with energy and all this thing, what you're saying.
Like it's in the collective, in the cosmos, where you connect to this, I feel, yeah, absolutely. So
Om is the sound of universe. Om is the sound of universal consciousness, the energy, the Big Bang, the universe, the sound of Om. And by Om, Om is it A, I think is anyway. So Om is the connection and is the sound of the thing. So you're connecting with the universal consciousness.
Absolutely. Okay, Kiranji, tell me this. What is the difference between toning and chanting? This is a bit of a technical question, but I want to know, personally, I wanted to know what this was as well.
Toning is basically, it's just sur, more or less. E, O. In many various cultures, they sing like this. Even in our rural India, they call rabaris, in our Gujarati. They sing like that as well. And I also worked in Canada in some world music festival, and I have done some workshop with them. I don't know which people they were from, but they do this what you call whistle bowling. So from throat, the sound, they get sound, absolutely weird sound from their throat. So this is all toning, this all frequency, and that frequency of that sur, if you keep singing again what I said before, that sound make it effects on your man, buddhi, chitta. Basically, all science is based on that. Your mind, intellect, your attention, and ego. Basic theory is that to keep it zero. Whatever take your decision with the brain or ego or where there is effect, it is not right at all. Because Big Bang thought, the super universal consciousness is a particular thought. And if you follow that, it's always what you call more efficient and right way to do. Is the truth way to do it. So all this sound and toning it helps to achieve that. But the toning and the chanting has got words. The toning has got just the syllable and all these things.
Beautiful. Thank you. Beautifully explained. There's something else I want to speak about, Kiranji. One of my teachers is Dolores Cannon. I read her a lot. She obviously was a hypnotherapist. She did loads of past life regressions. She's no longer with us. But some of the sessions that she's done and she's written in her books, she said, that when these pyramids were built, and this is obviously people who are going into their past, some of their past lives, some of our clients, they said rather than using manual labor, what she's found is to move stones and erect these certain structures. They said it was ancient sound techniques were chanted and to move them effortlessly into place. Obviously, that's her perception, and people may agree or may not agree. And we've been talking about the power of chanting. Do you think, just from your opinion, and obviously you don't have to give it if you don't want to, do you think chanting has that power to physically move things?
See, this is, I would say, a similar example I can give, so I can explain my view on that. See, people said that when Tansen used to sing, rain used to come. Music has that overall effect that people, if someone has got some disease, he sings some rag, and the disease used to uh, vanish, and it become normal. Acha ho jata tha, just gaane se. I'm sorry, I'm not great in English, so sometimes I will speak
No,
Hindi.
no, no. We love it. We love it.
Sorry. And so ऐसी कितनी ऐसी कितनी बातें हैं कि we can't imagine that कि पानी अगर लाना था दरिया, I mean rain, if they wanted to have a rain, they used to sing,
They used to sing to it.
yeah, Megmala Rag, and the rain used to come. So this is similar stuff what you're asking me, if the sound can move the physical thing. But how? So it's a matter of imagination. It may be, it may not be. But there's one thing, how about that? I'm asking you one question. They remove the kidney stone by the ultrasonic.
That's it.
Hmm?
बिल्कुल
So, yeah, similar, hai na, thoda? It's
बिल्कुल
quite similar.
बिल्कुल
So, I mean, this just for a moment, I just realized that answer that they're doing something. The sound has got some power. If
absolutely.
sound can do all this sort of thing,
If we
then
can
might
physically
be they have.
remove, if we can physically remove, then it can physically appear. Hana, what's the difference? One
Exactly.
or the other. So yeah,
So that's the logic is there, but we don't know. It was before 5,000 years. What sort of there? I think this is all again is their meditative power, and I think that consciousness is the next level than what we are now.
I think
Because in
they were people. I mean, it's whether it's Babylonians, ancient Egypts, the rishis, they were. I really think they were ascended races for sure. So I totally agree with what you're saying, that their ability, they weren't as fragmented as we are. I think we're like not even 1% of what those races were, like the Mayans.
yeah, and what I think, see, exactly the enemy of consciousness power and spiritual power enemy, yeah, is the brain. And this time of this world, our brain is so much busy. We are using, our brain is next level of working. And I think we are going away and away from the consciousness and spiritual energy. People used to travel, people used to read the telepathically everything. If you read
That's it.
there used to a lot of miraculous power, just within, because of their super consciousness and super spirituality. But that spirituality comes only when man buddhi chetahanka is the zero. And
Exactly.
this time, everything, we are so much into, every second we are checking the WhatsApp, every second we are checking the all these things. So we are far away
Especially
from
if
that
you're
thing.
busy, like you, Kiranji. If you're busy.
So it's really difficult, but we can imagine might be that sort of thing.
Thank you. Okay, Kiran ji, please. I know that you're gonna be. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता कि आप होए और आप हमें कुछ सुनाए नहीं. Please हमें कुछ सुनाइए, Kiran ji. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll play, but I will not. Okay, I'll play, but I'll play something what suits today's
Please.
our discussion. I don't want to entertain you.
Yeah.
My music will be, I think, even real music, true the music before the 1,000 years back. You know what was music for? Music for spiritual awakening, not for the entertainment at all.
No, you're right.
Actually, our Indian classical or real classical music was never meant for the entertainment. It was meant for the spiritual awakening and for your own self. So I'm not that level any sort of musician. But what I will play today, I just request every listener that wear your headphones so you will have a better sound. Because sound, again, we discuss whole sound about things. The sound is very important. The right way, if sound will project, it will give the right effect on your chakras. And What I'm going to play is not going to be entertainment music, but I want to play something. You don't listen to my music. My music will be background to your own journey. You just close your eyes and you do whatever you do want to do. And if it helps my music, then it's worth it. If not, then I still am a student and I will learn something. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kiran ji. किरण जी आपने ना क्या कहूँ मैं, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। इससे ज्यादा मैं आपको अपनी हर दुआ में याद रख सकती हूँ आपको, और मैं क्या इससे ज्यादा क्या कहूँ आपको किरण जी, इतना खूबसूरत मैं आपको बता नहीं सकती। और आज आपने जो हम सबको तोहफा दिया है ना, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच।
My pleasure. You gave me opportunity to express this side of my thing. People knows me as a musician. I play rock guitar and blues guitar or Indian music or anything, but this was my actual feeling, what I like, and you gave me this opportunity to perform and talk about this thing. Even in this music, you know, what I was just saying, my theory. See, this music, what I played only on 4 notes. There are 12 notes, but I played music only on 4 notes. Even I was planning to play only music on 2 notes, because all notes has been developed with our brain. And brain is enemy of the actual super consciousness. You know, the less brain activity, it gives you, it's more comfortable to our body, why it feels slightly more sympathetic with the love, with like you are पानी के पास बैठे या तो nature के sky के सामने बैठे seashore के पास बैठे, because there is no intelligence, they are all rigid form of consciousness, our consciousness is breaking because of the intelligence, so if we use but you're playing very simple thing, like if you play the best music is tanpura, you just listen to the tanpura sa and pa, and you can't beat that music to any old music whatever created by another 12 notes, so similarly the less note, even we like folk music so much because there is less notes, few notes, less use of intelligence and intellect and brain power. It's more from your heart, from your own consciousness. So I try to do something like that. I don't know how I'm successful, but this is my thought, and I try to do that.
What we are organic structures, the whether it's sea, trees, we are them, they are us. You made us meet our organicness or uniqueness, what we are, source conscious, through your music today. I'll never have words to give justice to how much I appreciate you, how much I have love and respect for you, and how much, we really, really adore you. Please, before we go, please give us one last parting message. It's been a phenomenal, beautiful, cosmic journey with you today. Please give us a parting message.
The parting message is always that follow this rule, man buddhi chita ahankar. Try to control all four things. You keep, and whatever you take decision, okay, I got very good message, to listen to your own heart, and this is what I do. Yeah, because I can advise you, I can teach, or anyone can teach us, but to practice it is very difficult. We all know. But then this is what I do. Yeah, when I listen to my own self, the all actual consciousness, which is connected to the universal consciousness. This is experiment I do, and I'm saying everyone to try this thing. When I want to take any decision, if my brain is giving so many logic, is it right? But this is right. This is right. This is right. Then what I do, I have kept one picture in my mind. Like I have my own one religious goddess. I have picture of that. Picture of it. People can keep any picture of that. Even my mom is my picture as well. Even you can focus here. Anything you focus in one thing, and you just close your eyes and try to completely become like meditation. You stop everything zero, and once you will be really focus on only one thing, that picture. You literally focus. You going there, the picture, that picture. Within a couple of minutes, I feel my head is shaking. I feel like I'm shaking. I feel like this. And then I ask question, and that question shouldn't be the yes and no. It should be yes or no. So like that. Am I doing this thing? Today I have an interview with Samanji. Should I do it? Yeah. Should I do it or not? Don't question like that. Only question is, should I do it? So automatically your head will move yes or will say no. It really comes, literally is involuntarily. You're not doing it. Someone else is doing it. This is what I've experienced. Literally my head moves. It's beyond my energy. Yeah. Some another energy is doing this sort of, that's sort of I felt. But what I analyze it, that it is literally when you stop your man buddhi chit ahankar, you are tuned to the consciousness, and it gives the answer, to you, and that energy comes. And this is what I do, and I'm saying everyone, this is message. If you are really stuck in confusion in your brain, this is where you can get your answer, and that answer will be always efficient, and this is the truth, and that will give you the better. And it always helped me whenever I took that decision, is always right, and it's always helped me in the correct direction, when I'm confused. So I always, this is my last message. You should try this as well, and always be happy and love everyone. That's,
Thank you so much, Kiranji. That's such a beautiful message. I'm going to try that. It's like everybody.
You're doing it already. You're connecting with the super thing and stuff. I want to learn a lot of things from you.
Kiranji, more the merrier. Different things work on different days. So thank you so much. We are so grateful to you. God bless you always.
Thank you.
Keep shining. We're right behind you. Thank you so much once again for being with us.
Thank you for giving me opportunity. Really a pleasure. Enjoy.
Thank you.